Day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I want to say welcome to the Black Financial Channel. TheBlackFinancialChannel.com is where you can go to for daily financial news and commentary from a Black perspective. Also, everybody on the Financial Juneteenth Facebook page, I want to say hello and what's up. Some of you may be watching on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. So feel free to go check that out. How many of you, give me a yes or no in the chat if you happen to see this new Tyler Perry film. It's called A Fall from Grace. The film was the topic of a lot of discussion, for legitimate reasons, good and bad. Sometimes it was negative. People had a lot of issues with some of the editing problems that the film had, and these were legit. I mean, these were legit mistakes. But then there are people that are praising the film. There are a lot of people who feel that the film was interesting. That it ain't gonna win no Oscars or Academy Awards anytime soon. But honestly, the one time I did talk to Tyler Perry on the phone, I told him, I said, I really don't respect Oscars and Academy Awards and all that anyway. That doesn't mean anything to me because the Oscars, I don't know if you guys know, but the Oscars were actually made up. They actually invented the Oscars. I have all my students in the Black Business School read this book called How the Jews Invented Hollywood. And it's not anti-Semitic or anything like that. It's just a book that kind of talks about the history of Hollywood. And I have them read it to understand business and what it means to build an empire as a pathway to overcome your oppression. The Jewish community actually developed Hollywood as a power play, the same way the Italians built, the Bank of Italy, which became Bank of America. It was a power play. And so what I believe is that Black people should make power plays and power moves and practice powernomics to pull ourselves out of our oppression. Because ain't nobody gonna do it. I don't think white folks are ever gonna save Black folks. I believe that is our job. So anyway, as we get started, do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button. Everybody on the count of three, please hit that thumbs up button. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Please do that. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, if you could share this to your page, I would greatly appreciate it. I will love you forever if you will share the message of Black economic empowerment with the people that you love. Now, here's what I will say. I watched the movie and I watched it with a critical eye because people asked me to watch it and give a review. I gave a review, a full review on drboycetv.com, which you can go check that out if you want to hear what I thought about the movie itself. But what I really wanted to address right now very quickly is a serious financial lesson that was, built in this film. You guys know when a topic hits on money, my ears perk up. I pay attention. Like, what? They talking about money? Because you guys know that's what I do. I've been a finance professor for since I was 22 years old. That's when I taught my first finance class at Indiana University. So I've been teaching finance for 20-something years. And, from what I saw, and I've watched the majority of the movie. I got to go finish watching the rest tonight. But, from what I saw, money was a big part of this film. Money was a big part of this woman's story. And, she meets this handsome man and, he wines and dines her and romances her. And next thing you know, he's wiping out the bank account. He's jacking her up financially, getting her fired from a job and everything else. And seeing that triggered me. It triggered me. Let me tell you why it triggered me. I had a friend who was a Black woman who I don't think she's married. She's about 50 now. And, but she meets different guys, and has different experiences or whatever. And she's talking to me about that. And she told me a story about a guy that she met who was sort of like the guy in the movie, handsome, good in the bedroom, said all the right things, delivered the perfect package. He was a dream come true. And she spent her whole life looking for the perfect man, looking for the fantasy, right? He pretty much knew how to give her the fantasy. There are guys out there that specialize. This is real. I mean, some people might think Tyler is making things up and being overly dramatic, but this is real. There are men. Tell me yes or no if you've ever seen a man that just knows exactly which buttons to push, exactly what to say to women, exactly how to get in them draws, exactly how to get what he wants, exactly how to sweep you off your feet. They can be like politicians. In fact, I remember there was a guy that I knew once who had all these girlfriends. And I heard some of his frat brothers ask him, say, how do you get all these girls? And he said, it's easy. He said, all you got to do is you sell them a dream. Actually, to be quite frank, he actually said, sell a hoe a dream. Those are the words he used. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm repeating what he said. He said, basically, you sell them a dream. You figure out what their fantasy is, and you become the man of their dreams. So what happens a lot of times is you'll see and what men do it too. I mean, because there are women that know how to cater to a man too. So let's just be clear that this genders can be flipped. So I'm talking about one angle, but this doesn't mean it doesn't happen in the other direction. So let's just be clear about that. But, there are men who are like politicians. A politician knows exactly how to say exactly what you want to hear so that you will vote for them, and they're not committing to anything. So she met a guy who checked all the boxes. He was the man that she'd been waiting for, Mr. Perfect, all this other stuff. And and one day she said that she was going through her credit card receipts, and she looked at the credit card receipts and she saw these $400 shoes. And she said, and these shoes were not my size. And so she went into private detective mode. You know how ladies can get when that women's instinct starts kicking in, and she went and investigated to find out. Like, she went to the store and said, "Do you remember who bought these shoes? And they're expensive shoes. You probably remember." And the lady eventually told her, "Yeah, it was a tall black man, and he was with a woman about this tall, and blah 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 blah." And so I remember that this kind of shattered her trust. It scared the hell out of her that there are men out there that you might call, I've heard this term used, I love this term, hobosexuals. Hobosexuals. The hobosexual is a man that that pretty much feasts off the financial success of black women or white women or any women, right? These are men that can't provide for themselves, and so they use their assets, if you will. They use they feed off of desperation. They can smell it, from a mile away. They feed off of your loneliness so that they can come around during cuffing season, so they can get some of the, whatever you got in the bedroom. They might show up during tax season to get that tax refund, or they might show up in any other season to get a piece of what you got. And this is an interesting flip because black women are doing extremely well financially. And because of the imbalance in the community that was created through the Bill Clinton crime bills and things like that, you have a lot of black men that are out, that are put into the criminal justice system, or that are out of the game. So what's happened is, because of this imbalance, you have an oversupply of single black women and an undersupply of single black men that are marriage eligible. So it becomes like this weird imbalance, and there are people that exploit that. And so the point I want to make on this, here's the lesson I want to make on this is, number one, obviously be careful. I mean, that's a given. But then number two, I think it's important to understand what relationships really mean. A lot of us see relationships as an emotional exercise. Do I like you? Am I attracted to you? Do I love you? That if I love you, then everything's a go. There are other countries that don't look at it that way. There are a lot of countries, like I talked to my friend Nomalanga Mushali Moses over at Fly Nubian Queen TV, and she says marriage is not supposed to just be an emotional process. She said in Africa, in the part of Africa where she's from, she said it was very practical. It was all about how you merged as a unit. Like, it was almost like forming a company with somebody, forming a business with somebody. And if you're connecting with somebody who's broke, ain't bringing nothing to the table, or is not trustworthy, then that can destroy everything that you've built, everything that you have. And you saw in this film, this woman lost all her money. She lost her peace of mind. She lost her freedom and much, much more as a result of the fact that this man came along and sweet talked her into giving him a lot of trust that he hadn't earned. Doesn't mean she made a mistake. It's a Tyler Perry movie, right? So it's not reality in that particular sense, but these things do happen. And it happens to both men and women. It doesn't just happen to women, doesn't just happen to men. It happens to both. And so ultimately, it's really a matter of saying, when you're talking about merging lives with another person, there is no financial decision. There is no financial decision that is going to be more important for you than who you choose to spend your life with. There's no decision that will matter to you more than who you marry, who you choose, and who you let into your life. So I think that's really the point you want to walk away with, from watching this. I know it's a movie, it's dramatic, right? But it happens in real life. I've seen these things happen in real life, not to that extent, but I've seen people say, "My God, I wish I'd never met that woman. My God, I wish I'd never met that man. He came in, he took all my money. Now I'm ruined financially. Now he's totally messed me up." And a lot of times it started off, think about this, like you lost it all because somebody was good in the bedroom, or because somebody was cute, Or like Belle Biv DeVoe used to talk about. Remember they used to say, "Never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poor." Remember that, right? So you trusted the big butt and the smile, and next thing you know, you were paying $1 million for that big butt and a smile. So just keep that in mind. Just a thought. I got to go to a meeting. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button, share and subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, please share this to your page. Subscribe to the Black Financial Channel, theblackfinancialchannel.com. Also, we have a social media platform called Black Enough. You can feel free to join that. Here's how you spell it. It's a lot like Facebook, except it's blacker, and you won't ever get banned for being too black. And there are thousands of people on there. Also, last but not least, we actually make movies. Boyce Watkins Films has a new release called The Black Love Blueprint. And so if you'd like to watch the movie for free, you can do so if you want to join our Love and Money program, which is at theblackloveblueprint.com. That's theblackloveblueprint.com. So I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.